In my clinical experience, you'll feel worse for 2 weeks, but if you can make it through those first 2 weeks, the sun will start to come out in week 3. And by week 4, most people are feeling a whole lot better than they were before they stopped using their substance.
Breaking free from the clutches of addiction is often seen as really hard, like trying to climb a steep hill full of tough challenges. However, within the profound insights of Dr. Andrew Huberman and Dr. Anna Lemke lies a roadmap that challenges the belief that overcoming addiction is impossible. In a captivating conversation on the Huberman Lab podcast, Dr. Huberman engages in an insightful discussion with Dr. Lemke, a leading psychiatrist and chief of the Addiction Medicine Dual Diagnosis Clinic at Stanford University School of Medicine. Together, they shed light on a transformative 14-day approach to breaking the chains of dependency.
Understanding dopamine, happiness, and impulsivity.
What is dopamine, and what are maybe some things about dopamine that most people don't know, and probably that I don't know either?
So dopamine is a neurotransmitter, and neurotransmitters are those molecules that bridge the gap between two neurons.
Dr. Andrew Huberman and Dr. Anna Lemke discuss that dopamine, a neurotransmitter associated with reward, bridges the gap between neurons and influences our experience of pleasure. Chronic exposure to substances or behaviors releasing large amounts of dopamine can alter our baseline, gradually lowering it over time. In their discussion, they uncover the relationship between dopamine levels and vulnerability to addiction. Impulsivity, often seen as a negative trait, is explored as having advantages in certain situations. Dr. Lemke suggests that what's now labeled as mental illness might have been advantageous in different contexts.
The complex fabric of pleasure.
Their engaging discussion brings forth the idea that happiness, often associated with seeking euphoria, can also be a means to escape pain. The discussion highlights how addiction often stems from the desire to avoid the pain of withdrawal or the consequences of drug use. By defining pleasure, the conversation provides a clear and relatable understanding of its role in our behaviors and the complexities that arise when pleasure becomes entangled with addictive patterns.
Striking a balance.
Dr. Andrew Huberman and Dr. Anna Lemke discuss the concept of finding balance, emphasizing its importance in various aspects of life. They suggest that balance can be crucial for mental well-being and overall satisfaction. Straightforwardly, they explore how an imbalance in work, relationships, or lifestyle can contribute to stress and mental health problems. The DU also emphasizes that the pursuit of balance may be aversive for those seeking intense or extraordinary experiences. By providing practical insights, Dr. Huberman and Dr. Lemke encourage individuals to reflect on their lives, identify areas where balance may be lacking, and consider how achieving equilibrium can positively impact overall happiness and fulfillment.
The pleasure-pain equilibrium.
Dr. Andrew Huberman and Dr. Anna Lemke simplify the concept for a clear understanding. They describe how pleasure and pain coexist, like a finely tuned balance in the brain. Addiction, they explain, releases a surge of dopamine in the brain's reward pathway, yet beneath awareness, pleasure is counteracted by an increase in pain. This dualist interplay forms the essence of the pleasure-pain balance. The discussion clarifies how understanding this delicate equilibrium becomes crucial for individuals seeking to master their behavior and disengage from addictive substances or behaviors. By explaining the neuroscience behind the pleasure-pain balance, Dr. Huberman and Dr. Lemke provide an understandable framework for individuals navigating the complexities of addiction and recovery.
Are all addictions the same?
Dr. Andrew Huberman and Dr. Anna Lemke explore whether all addictions are similar. They discuss how addiction mechanisms in the brain are generally applicable, emphasizing that addiction to any substance or behavior follows a comparable addictive process. The concept of cross-addiction is introduced, illustrating how severe addiction to one substance or behavior can make an individual more susceptible to other forms of addiction. They question whether addiction is a progressive narrowing of pleasure and contrasted with the idea of enlightenment as a progressive expansion of pleasure. The conversation delves into deriving pleasure from various sources, raising questions about a well-tuned dopamine system.
Breaking free from addiction.
Reset the dopamine system, essentially in order to break an addictive pattern, to become unaddicted. 30 days of zero interaction with that substance, that person, etc.
Right.
Is that correct?
Yeah. And 30 days is, in my clinical experience, the average amount of time it takes for the brain to reset reward pathways, for dopamine transmission to regenerate itself. There's also a little bit of science.
The key to breaking free from addictions centers around the 30-day reset. According to Dr. Anna Lemke, in simple terms, she explains that it takes about a month for the brain to reset its reward pathways and regenerate dopamine transmission. This reset serves as a crucial pathway to liberation from addiction. However, Dr. Lemke doesn't shy away from the challenges involved. She notes that the initial 10 days might feel tough before gradual improvement. Their collective wisdom emphasizes a progressive transformation from a confined experience of pleasure to a more expansive one. This 30-day reset isn't just a timeline, it's a structured and evidence-based strategy. It serves as a clear and understandable approach for individuals committed to breaking free from the shackles of addiction. Dr. Lemke's insights clarify the recovery process, providing a clear roadmap for those willing to endure temporary discomfort for the promise of long-term liberation.
Relapse, craving, and triggers.
Exploring relapse, cravings, and triggers, Dr. Andrew Huberman and Dr. Anna Lemke shed light on the challenges people face in addiction. Despite trying to stay sober, many find themselves going back, raising questions about the difficulty of quitting for good. They stress the need for empathy and understanding of individuals' struggles. The duo simplifies the neuroscientific side, breaking down how unconscious dopamine-driven mechanisms can lead to setbacks. Even after moments of success, their insights offer a down-to-earth look at the constant battle against addiction's pull and highlight the importance of compassion in the journey to recovery.
The neuroscience of truth in recovery.
Recovery was how telling the truth, even about the merest detail of their lives, was central to their recovery. And I became really curious about that. Like, why would truth telling be so important?
Dr. Andrew Huberman and Dr. Anna Lemke delve into the transformative power of truth-telling, extending beyond drug use into all aspects of life, unraveling the science behind honesty. Dr. Lemke explains how it strengthens specific brain circuits and connections. The act of apologizing for past lies becomes more than just words. It becomes a cathartic process, enabling individuals to shed the burdens of the past and embrace renewal. Dr. Huberman and Dr. Lemke emphasize the importance of truth-telling in addiction recovery, discussing what to report accurately, what to withhold, and the value of making amends. Their insights provide a scientific perspective on the healing power of honesty, fostering intimate connections and releasing dopamine, which is crucial for those seeking intensity in human connections.
Psychedelics for addiction.
Exploring unconventional treatments, Dr. Andrew Huberman and Dr. Anna Lemke touch upon the use of psychedelics for addiction. While skeptical, they acknowledge small clinical studies showing success, especially with substances like ibogaine, ayahuasca, and MDMA. These psychedelics offer a different perspective, potentially aiding individuals in overcoming addiction to alcohol and other drugs. The discussion delves into the potential benefits and limitations of using MDMA-assisted psychotherapy for addiction and trauma. Despite acknowledging its promise, they emphasize caution, stressing the importance of controlled settings and clinical care. Dr. Huberman and Dr. Lemke also discuss unintended consequences, dispelling the misconception that psychedelics are universally safe. Their insights provide a balanced view of the potential role psychedelics might play in addiction treatment.
Navigating social media addiction.
Yes, so this is the key. You have to, with intention, prior to being in that situation, think of literal physical and metacognitive barriers that you can put between yourself and your phone or whatever your drug is, to create these intentional spaces where you're not constantly interrupting yourself, essentially.
Regarding social media addiction, Dr. Andrew Huberman and Dr. Anna Lemke offer practical insights for navigating this pervasive challenge. They uncovered the engineered allure of social media, cautioning against its potential to become a digital drug. Advocating for intentional use, the duo urges individuals to be mindful of their inclinations toward addiction. Dr. Huberman and Dr. Lemke discuss the challenges posed by smartphone addiction, providing practical strategies for managing use. They emphasize the importance of setting barriers, allocating specific times for use, and limiting daily screen time. Dr. Huberman shares his experience of taking breaks from phone usage, reinforcing the achievable nature of these strategies. Dr. Lemke suggests a 30-day break for severe addiction, highlighting the transformative potential even a single-day break can have for most individuals. Through relatable stories and straightforward advice, they shed light on the addictive nature of smartphones and how intentional management can transform them from potential pitfalls into beneficial tools.
Goal-seeking, success and surprise.
In Addiction and Recovery, Andrew Huberman and Dr. Anna Lemke focus on pursuing goals, the nature of success, and the surprising elements accompanying them. They unravel the pressures associated with achieving success, exposing the inherent dissatisfaction often found in the relentless pursuit of specific goals. Dr. Huberman and Dr. Lemke advocate for a shift in focus, encouraging individuals to concentrate on the daily process of life. They explore how aligning one's compulsions with a greater good can lead to a more meaningful and fulfilling existence. The discussion delves into the psychological effects of dopamine, which can create mirages of success and perpetuate the need for continuous achievement. Dr. Huberman and Dr. Lemke challenge the conventional narrative, urging individuals to find joy and satisfaction in the journey rather than fixating solely on the destination. They emphasize the importance of daily meaningful actions, which can yield a sense of accomplishment and genuine success when aligned with a greater purpose. Surprise becomes a critical element of this exploration, as the unexpected can disrupt the patterns of addiction and ingrained behaviors. Dr. Huberman and Dr. Lemke discuss how introducing novelty and unpredictability into one's life can be a powerful tool in breaking free from the chains of addiction. By embracing surprise and steering away from the predictability that often accompanies addictive behaviors, individuals can create a more dynamic and fulfilling existence. Dr. Huberman and Dr. Lemke offer insights that challenge conventional notions, providing a fresh perspective on how individuals can cultivate a sense of accomplishment in their journey toward breaking free from addiction. The insights from Dr. Andrew Huberman and Dr. Anna Lemke generate a strong 14-day roadmap to liberation from addiction. Central to this journey is a transformative 30-day reset, a practical strategy to recalibrate the brain's reward pathways. Over the initial 14 days, marked by discomfort, individuals begin to break the clutches of addiction. Dr. Huberman and Dr. Lemke's collective wisdom provides a clear and accessible guide for those navigating the challenging yet transformative journey toward liberation from addiction. Thank you for tuning in to our transformative discussion on breaking free from addiction. If you found value in this video, like and share this video. Your support helps us reach more individuals on their journey to liberation. Subscribe to our channel and stay connected for more empowering content. Until next time, take care and be well.